What's up, guys? My name is Mike of Coed Gaming, and Hideo Kojima is headed to the PlayStation Experience 2016 this Saturday to share new information on Death Stranding. This news was reported by several various news sites, however, the first time I ever saw it was from International Business Times, so I want to give a big thank you to them. Now, what a strange turn of events this is. We went from having virtually no information about Death Stranding, as in one trailer with a million hints, to we're about to have the first real bit of new information from the game in just a couple of days. I mean, this is crazy. Now, Hideo Kojima has stated in several interviews, such as one with IGN, a few with GameSpot, and other various gaming news publications, that the game is going to have a big emphasis on symbolism, specifically with Kobo Abe's The Rope Theory. Now, the rope is the second invention ever invented by man, according to Kobo Abe. The rope was made to keep dear things close, and the first invention was the stick and the rope. And the stick was used to fend off against threats. So the main message is Kojima is saying, okay, so the game is going to have this stick and rope theory. The stick is, offensive items. The modern day equivalent would be guns, how we have so many games that use guns. But the rope, on the other hand, that's a little bit different. Now, with games like The Last of Us, the idea of connection between one character to another, it's not exactly something new. Obviously, connections and, bonds between other characters, that's always been a thing in video games from the very beginning of storytelling in video games. When games were able to tell a story, the idea of caring about another character and having a connection with them has always been a part of the game. But what Hideo Kojima is proposing seems to be something a little bit more than that. It's not going to be your typical hero rescues princess from Dragon scenario. It's not that kind of a connection. He says that he wants it to be a connection through psychology. Well, human psychology, as we all know, is very complex. There's many ins and outs of it, and really there's no way to predict how any one human is going to behave based on the information put in front of them. Thankfully, with the PT demo out a long time ago, here we go, drawing it back to PT again. This is not saying that Death Stranding is going to borrow these elements from PT. However, what Hideo Kojima did with PT, I feel like is going to lend itself a little bit to Death Stranding in its puzzle solving. And what I mean by that is relatively simple. Think about the 5 pieces of the picture frame that you have to find in various locations around the hallway. Right, when you pick up a puzzle piece, you bring it back to the frame, and it completes the picture of Lisa, which is part of the game. Now, every time you pick up a puzzle piece, you hear, well, rather, you don't hear, you see a message in various different languages. In Spanish, in German, I believe there might be one in French, in Portuguese. I can't remember off the top of my head all the languages. But it's 5 different messages that had to be translated. Now, unless you're polylingual and you speak all of these languages, there's a pretty good chance that you didn't translate all of them yourself. What happened? Well, think about the Silent Hill subreddit. Think about the gaming subreddit. All these places where, and the NeoGAF forums, 4chan, all these places where people congregated to discuss what was going on with PT. They all said, listen, I got this message here that's in another language. Can someone translate it? And then people around the world all got together and translated the messages, which it turns out was instructions on how to complete the final puzzle in PT and get the ending. So this idea of human psychology, this idea of things coming together in order to complete an overarching goal, this is something that Hideo Kojima has done before. And he has said that Death Stranding is a game that's going to bring people together. Well, PT did the exact same thing. You had people trying to figure out what these messages meant, so they had them translated from their friends in other countries. And then on top of that, you had to put them in the right order. This idea that Hideo Kojima is gonna bring people together with Death Stranding, with the stick and the rope theory, primarily the rope, I think that's what that might have been alluding to. This idea of, listen, this is a game where you're all gonna have to come together to figure things out. There's gonna be things that other people in one part of the world may not understand or may not know. so you need to do research, go online. He did say there would be an online portion, but didn't give a lot of detail. Could this be the online portion? This idea of go on the internet outside of the game and find information with other people? It's definitely something that happened with PT. It's something that he said he wanted to have happen in the first place. So if this is what Hideo Kojima is willing to do with PT, why not do it with Death Stranding? I mean, it worked so well to hype up PT. It got everyone talking about it. I'm starting to think that that is what this idea of the rope means. This idea of bringing people together, holding dear things close. And what are those dear things? Well, it's us. We're people. The average human. We all want to help each other. Now, what the stick means, that could be anything. Now, again, the modern day equivalent of the stick is guns. Will Death Stranding have guns? I don't know. Maybe like a knife or a stick or just something, or like a literal stick, but like some kind of offensive item. Whatever that may be, I'm not sure, but I feel like the game's not going to be about offense. It's going to be about defense and keeping people together and united and safe in order to solve a bigger puzzle, to figure out something that's bigger than all of us. Now, Hideo Kojima is going to be giving new information at the PlayStation Experience, and based on the sources, they're saying there's going to be a surprise guest. Now, I'm willing to bet that it's not Norman Reedus because he's already on board, so him talking wouldn't really tell us anything new. If anything, it would come from Kojima's mouth himself. So, who's the guest going to be? My guess is Mads Mikkelsen. There's already so much evidence that Mads Mikkelsen's going to be part of the game to begin with, based on all the tweets from Hideo Kojima talking about how he loves Mads Mikkelsen, and posting the pictures of the Hannibal figurines in his tweets. All of these things that Hideo Kojima has alluded to that Mads Mikkelsen will be playing a role. I mean, there was even a drawing of someone that looked like Mads Mikkelsen during, a speech. So Kojima has definitely dropped the hint that Mads Mikkelsen's going to be a part of this. So that would be someone that I could, I'd be willing to bet is part of the, or at least A, part of the game, and B, going to show up during the PlayStation Experience. My other guess would be Guillermo del Toro, if they are indeed working together. Del Toro has been, people want Del Toro to be on board with this. I do too. I'd love to see that. But whether or not he is, that's anyone's guess. If he shows up, cool. If he doesn't, well, that sucks. He may still be a part of it anyway. Early prediction, though, is Mads Mikkelsen. So that's the news. Hideo Kojima is going to be at the PlayStation Experience to give us all of this new info based on Death Stranding, stuff that we've never seen before. Hopefully some stuff that gives us a better idea of what the game's going to be about. But the point is, we're going to get to hear from Kojima-san, and we're going to get to hear things that hopefully we haven't heard already. Make sure to check out the rest of Coed Gaming, and until next time, take it easy. What's up, guys? Thanks so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed that video. If you haven't gotten a chance to already, make sure to check out last week's video, which can be found right here. Also, if you haven't gotten a chance to already, make sure to like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. And while you're at it, make sure to check out the rest of Coed Gaming, where we upload gaming videos every single week. And as always, game on.